press. Little press. Little shadow. Hi. Yeah, I saw your comment. Press. Hi. Kitty's under the... Whoa, there's a lot of you guys. Hi. I don't think the chat normally fills up this quickly. Damn. Press. I see you. Come here. I'm guessing it's your birthday on the day? How's it going? It's pretty good. Hi. What? I look over and all I see is this pair of eyeballs staring at me. Oh, well, happy early birthday. Hi. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to pop in. I was originally gonna make this a video, but I just decided not to. You're so welcome. Oh, you said hi? I'm so sorry, I didn't see that. Poor kitty, who's scared by the dog. No, I won't leave underneath the bed. Hi. Hi. As you may have guessed from one, the Discord, and two, the name of this live, you've all been asking for my life story, so yeah, that's what this is. I don't exactly know where to start, to be honest, which I think is why I made this a live instead of a video. But a lot of you were wanting to know, so whatever you're curious about in my past, you can just ask some questions and we'll do it that way. I look nice, thank you. Oh yeah, I haven't updated the links yet. I will do that after the live though. I'm so sorry, I forgot to update the links. But basically you guys can just ask whatever you want to know about my past and I'll answer as best as I can. Crazy Chris. Hi. Wow, there's a lot of you pouring in. Hi. Yeah, it has been a while. I'm okay, honestly. I'm just missing my partner a little bit. But other than that, I'm okay. Just tired. It's 2 a.m. for you. Go to bed. Oh, you're from Turkey? Hi. How am I? I'm fine. What do you guys like? For those of you that asked and like voted on the poll video, what do you want to know about my life? Like, I'm genuinely curious. I have a shadow staring at me. Am I gay? Yes. Yes, I am. Hi. Hi. What past are we talking about? Just what you. I heard the cat move. Just what you guys want to know about my past, because a lot of you have been asking. The neighbors' kids are being loud. Hi. Hi. There's a few places we could start, honestly. How much have I written? To what exactly? We could start with my step grandmother, or we could start with my grandpa or my mom. Hi. Yeah, where do you guys want to start? We can start with my step grandma, my grandpa, or my mom. Because there's a lot to unpack with all of them. Time, it's 5:51. At least for me, it is. Do I draw? Yeah, my walls are covered in my drawings. Do I have freckles? Yes. Yeah, I get it from my uncle. Hi. Oh, I'm inspiring you to write again? That's so cool. I'm glad. Some of you might have actually, like, answered the question, but I'm not entirely sure, so. Oh, thank you. What am I drawing? I'm just drawing some petals because I've been making a lot of flowers lately. Hi. Crazy Press. The kitty's out of hiding. Fire videos? What are you talking about? Am I single? No. Oh, you want to go outside? I'm sorry. Why does everyone keep asking if I'm single? No, I'm not. I've said this many times. Hi. We could start. I'm asking you guys because I have no idea where to start because there's a lot. Do you guys want to start with my mom or my step grandma? I just ate, so. Did you not hear me? Is that why you commented what star? I'm sorry, I don't understand right now. I forced myself to eat. I'm not giving you my number. What's my idea so far? My idea for this live stream is just to interact with you guys with what you want to know about my past, because a lot of you have been asking. I'm not answering the question again. How was my day? It was pretty good. I'll update the link later after the live. Do you guys want to start with... Oh. When did I start to write? Oh, I've been writing forever. I've constantly been into stories and shit. So, I've always been a big bookworm. Hi. Do you guys just want to start with my step-grandma? Yes, I'm aware the Discord link is expired. I can start with my first story. That's a lot. Well, with my step-grandma, I definitely don't remember much. I remember bits and pieces, some places and some people. But basically, in a nutshell, she threatened to cut off my brother's fingers for eating something without permission. We had to ask permission to eat. We literally couldn't do anything. And she would beat us with spoons until they broke. Especially me. And my grandpa wasn't any help, because he would yell at me for the smallest things, literally for just breathing. I cannot tell you how many times I have dodged his cane. Oh my god. But then my mother got out of jail, and she pretended to be nice to earn my trust and everyone else's trust. Then I originally... Okay, so to understand my past, you have to understand that I was born in Oregon. I lived here for a while. Then when my mom got me and my siblings back, we moved to Nebraska, then we moved to Utah, then Idaho, then Nebraska, then back here, and then Idaho again, and now I'm here. And my mother, ooh, she is much worse than my step-grandma. Two chore lists in the house. I had to do both. One was for... Okay. I have 2 sisters, 3 brothers. One of those brothers is trans, making 3 sisters. So that sister that lived with me, I had to do her chore chart. And if something broke, I was blamed for it. I was blamed for literally just breathing. I would get in trouble for the smallest things. If my sister did something wrong, I was blamed for it. I had to clean the entire house, literally all the time, alone. One time, my mom even made me pick up the dog shit with just a trash bag and not the pooper scooper that we had. She didn't let me use it. And her husband, her husband once slammed me against a wall with his hand around my throat. And he got in many fights with my sister, and she only cared when my sister got hurt. If I got hurt, she didn't care. And it's because my sister was the most like my mother. And they both let how do I say this? Touching go on by my sister. And when I came out here and blocked her after telling my oldest sister what happened, she decided to take my schooling away. And by doing that, she just stopped paying for what I was using for homeschooling. And her reasoning was she's not going to pay for something if I'm not going to reach out for help. I never needed help with it. But joke's on her, now I'm trying to get my GED, so. Yeah, there's a lot of shit that went on. My brother, he yelled at our stepdad a lot, especially when his girlfriend was over. And most of the time, nothing happened to me because he was there. But when he was gone, I was fair game. And then I started hanging out with my friends a lot more. And I started hanging out with my friends because I got to get away from my mom, my stepdad, and my sister. And one person that I hung out with the most was my best friend, Jaslyn, and she's actually thinking of starting a YouTube channel, but I recently told her that she had saved my life multiple times by just dropping by. And my mom couldn't do anything about it because every time someone came over, she flipped a switch from her abusive, narcissistic, gaslighting self to a complete saint. And she got back into church and forced me to go to church. And when I moved out here, she said that I could take my dog with me, but then she lied to my dad, saying that my dog had constant seizures and all this shit and constantly needed the vet. He didn't. So she stole my dog from me, and she stole my brother's cat. But now that she's moving out here with my sister, she's thinking about giving my dog back. Knowing her, there will be conditions, most likely that I have to unblock her and all this shit. And knowing her, she's gonna try and start this whole legal shit because she hates it when she loses control. And one thing I never talk about, and one thing that even my best friend doesn't know, is that one of my friends jumped off a building, and another one of them was killed. And I still blame myself for both of them. I've started not blaming myself as much because I tried to do everything I could for both of them, honestly. I still miss them though. And a lot of you have asked why I don't want to go into church ever again. It's because I was assaulted by a priest, a doctor, a teacher, a dentist, my sister, and my ex. And that's kind of why when I moved out here, I was so afraid for my dad, because I was afraid he would stop being nice, turn out like my mom, and turn out like all the other men in my past. But I eventually found out that he wouldn't, especially since his roommate said that he's much different as well. And I started opening up to my siblings a lot more. Mostly my brother, because he basically raised me, honestly. And my sister, she's just a huge support. I couldn't think of a better sister than her, to be honest. She actually almost cried when I was in the hospital, because apparently every Christmas something happens with someone in the family, and that year it was me. My brother has ended up in an inpatient, my sister has, and I have, which was weird for me because honestly, my first time in an inpatient that wasn't just my step grandma saying I was insane was that someone actually noticed that I attempted, even though I've attempted many times before that, and it just didn't work. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack. And after the whole thing with my sister that still lives with my mom, my mom made a Snapchat and added me, and one, I needed closure, and two, I wanted to know what the fuck she wanted. So I added her back, and she was just trying to manipulate me and all this shit. And then I just went off on her. Years of pent up rage, neglect, and abuse just into one text. And she tried to deny it, but as soon as I blocked her after that, I felt so much lighter. I felt so free, to be honest. But then she texted my dad right after, saying that I was making things up, that I was just going after her and all this shit. And then he blocked her, and he still has blocked. One thing I will always hate about my mom is every time we got into a fight, she would throw things at me, and then she would call her friends and completely flip it. She would tell her friends that everything she did, I did. And everything I did, she did. And they believed her. They still do. And then, like a couple months later, after that, my stepdad made a Snapchat and added me. And that was another place I needed closure from. So I added him back. And right off the bat, it was because he needed something. Because my mom took his dog as well. She filed an abuse claim against him, which is shocking since she's also very, very abusive to him. But he tried to gaslight me and all this shit. And then I blocked him after I got the closure that I needed because he did apologize. I don't know if it was genuine, but one thing I learned from one of my friends is forgive the people that hurt you. Not for them, but for yourself, because once you do, it helps so much. And it's not a huge weight weighing you down. That's basically my life in a short span. Long story short. Damn, there's a lot of you guys in here. Yeah, she is a psychopath. I wish that I could tell her friends, because I love her friend Lizzie. I call her Aunt Lizzie because she's, I love her so much. My dad just texted me saying he tried to watch the live, but it doesn't work where he's at. Anyway, but they've been friends since forever, and actually, my mom, my stepdad, and my dad, and my sister's dad were all in the same friend groups as kids. So they've known each other since forever. And she actually relapsed when my sister went into labor. But other than that, my sister and my brother and my dad have been such a huge support. And I wish I could name drop them. I really wish I could, but I don't want to do that until I do like an introduction video if they want to, because they have been so supportive forever. Literally so supportive. And we all have very shared experiences from my mom. For all of us, it's a little bit different because we knew her at different times. My sister moved out when me and my brother were back with her, and then he moved in with my sister. And so there's a lot of things that he didn't experience that I did, and yeah. One thing I recently told my dad about, though, is what happened before I moved out here. Because before I moved out here, me and my stepdad got into a fight. Huge shocker. And I stopped calling him dad. Like, I was forced to call him. And I literally finally broke. And I said, "You're not my dad. You never will be. you're a piece of shit. And then I went to my room, which he took the door off a long time ago. And he came in, ripped my curtains off the walls, pinned me to my bed with his arm on my throat. And I would blame it on being drunk because he's literally never sober. He's always drinking, always smoking. But even sober, like if he's sober for like 10 minutes, he's still aggressive. Ugh. But other than that, I really hope that you guys can meet my sister and my brother. They're just such sweethearts. And you would have met my dad already, but he doesn't like being on camera. He said if I want him to, he'll do it, but I don't want to force him to do anything. But, he is going to be a voice in the movie. So, there's that. Just not his face. Oh, wow. I see the comments going on. I don't really care if I'm desired by men. I have a girlfriend. Ooh. Ow. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm actually surprised I didn't cry, especially talking about the assault and my friends. Normally I do. Guess therapy's working. Hi. About my dad? What about my dad? Nothing happened to my dad. My dad's fine. Yeah, for some people, it should be illegal to be parents. Like, damn. Hi. On friendships. We could go into the friendships of my past if you guys really want to. That's a whole nother iceberg of its own. Oh, you subscribed? Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've noticed I've had a bit of a glow up since I moved out. Probably because there's not as much stress. Yeah. I'm still a little flinchy every now and again, especially to loud noises and fast movements, but that's just trauma. Hi. Oh, you like my hair? Thank you. I wanted it to be white, but the white didn't go through, so I'm blonde again. I'm still confused about, like, how my sweet Nana raised a bitch like my mother. I don't understand it, but... Hi. Thank you. Your phone's about to die. Then plug it in. Yeah, that's basically my life story in as short of a span as I could get it. I think that's gonna do it for this live. I'm honestly kind of holding back tears right now. So that's gonna do it for the live. Thank you so much for being so supportive and for listening to me. You guys are the best fan base I could ever ask for. Thank you so much for all the love and support. That's gonna do it for the live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my beautiful raindrops.